didn't even see it. I just saw the trailer, and the trailer freaked me out so much. I refused to see the movie, and to this day, I haven't seen the movie.
Remember the fear from that movie. Like, I remember being so fucking terrified. Awful. Like,
that's the movie that made me scared of the dark. Like, if you're scared of clowns, I get how it is, like, really scary.
Sometimes when I'm being mean to my sister, I'll send her the clown emoji.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Hits Podcast. My name is Oscar. This is my sister, Sofia. This is our podcast. It's called the Hits Podcast, HTS, no I. Today, we are going to be talking about movies that traumatized us in our childhood, more specifically. Because, like, as an adult, you don't really get traumatized that much. Maybe. I don't know. Not by movies and shit like that.
Debatable. Anyways,
You don't get traumatized by movies that much when you're an adult. Unless it's, like, for real. Because I was back in Texas, and I was talking to Mom and Big O about this topic. I was like, I think we should do movies that traumatized us as kids. Because we were talking about this one movie that traumatized us as kids. And I was like, ooh, that's a good one. I'll bring that up this week. Whatever. And then I was like, let me think back to different movies that traumatized us. And then my dad was like, The Pursuit of Happiness. And I was like, that movie didn't fucking traumatize me. And he was like, that shit traumatized me. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I don't even remember that movie. I'm not sure I've even seen it all. No. But
it's a sad movie. It's a good
movie, but it's
a sad one.
He says, I've heard him say before, anytime anybody brings that movie up and he's like, fuck no, I hate that movie. And I was like, what the fuck? And he always says it with like disdain, where he's like, I hate that fucking movie. It's horrible. And we're like, what the fuck? And then he's always like, it's so fucking sad. Like, there's some shit about, I think don't tell me, because I don't want more details. Because I know, because this is the type of shit where you just start telling me. There's some scene, I think, where he and his son have to like sleep overnight in like a bathroom stall or some shit, because they're fucking homeless. And then there's like shit going on in the bathroom that he's just trying to kind of like cover his ears and like shield him from. And so he's like, oh my God, like imagine having to fucking live through that with your kid because you're so fucking poor and broke and whatever. So then I was like, okay, maybe as an adult, if you see some sad ass like parenting shit, that could fuck you up a bit. But I'm not a parent, so
you should watch the movie. I think it still might. I think
it gets
you
worse.
Feel enough.
It gets worse. Or what?
I think you feel enough, like sympathy or whatever, to where you'll be like,
nah. Well, maybe you'll feel bad, but I don't think you'd feel. I don't think you can really feel it unless you have kids of your own. In that sense of like the parenting element of it. Because by the way, let's dive into this really quickly, because we've never talked about this. If you're not a parent, if you don't have a child that was made from you, you don't fucking get it. I fucking hate people that act like they get it. Like, if you have a dog, you don't get it. Fuck you and your dog. If you adopted a kid, adopting is cool. I think adopting is like a really honorable, like really great thing that you can do for somebody else, for the kid that you're adopting, like, you know what I mean, in their life, and help them out in this and whatever. I think adopting has a lot of like really, really like wow parts of it. You don't fucking get it. It's not the same. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. So anyways.
I disagree with that.
Fuck you. Anyways. I think I don't think you can. Loud. I don't think as an adoptive parent you can't have like a really, really, really special bond with the child. I just don't think it's the same bond. But anyways, or it's just a different bond, Anyways, but if you have a dog, fuck you. You don't get it. Like, you know what I mean? Those are the motherfuckers I really can't stand. Anyways, so watch The Pursuit of Happiness if you haven't seen it. If you're a parent, really watch it so you can be motivated to not I was gonna say to not let your life suck that much, but that seems so insensitive and like fucking
damn, you dick.
I know. I'm just playing.
He's not. Everyone shit on him. Cancel him.
I hope everyone does really well and is really successful. All right, are you ready? How many movies do you have? You fucking bum. Because I know you're not ready. I can't see. The thing is, I really can't see now. You're doing too much. Okay, 5. Do you want to go first or do I go first?
I'm gonna go first. Okay. Should I tell you? Should I build up to the one that really traumatized me, or
I
like
kind of
should
want
I?
to go first, and I want to say the one that
Mm.
I'm positive is on your list.
No, because that's mine. That's because if you're positive
No,
it's
wait,
on
it's
my
mine
list.
too, you son of a bitch. That's why it's on
No,
my
fuck
list.
you. I'm gonna say it first. Jeepers
Wait,
Creepers.
I thought we were gonna wait. I was gonna say let's leave it for the end.
No, I want to say it
Okay,
first.
fine. Go, bitch.
Jeepers Creepers. Ask me how
The
much I
first or the
remember of that
second?
movie. Ask me how much I remember of that movie.
Well, the first or the second?
Ask me how much I remember of that movie.
You don't remember shit. You just remember that it scared you.
I don't even remember if it's the first or the second.
It
But
was the
I
second.
remember.
It was the
Listen,
second.
listen. Okay, I'm gonna tell you the scene that I do remember. Okay, they're in a car
In a car.
driving,
Okay.
and there's a semi truck. Semi. I always say it weird, and Oscar yells at me, but I don't know how to say it right. The big truck, the big dog trucks, you know, that carry like big dog containers. Anyways, the semi truck was driving behind, and then he starts chasing them, and it's like all like behind them, and they're all like ah! And like it's like a thing, right? That I remember that scene, and I remember
and they're like,
I remember that scene, okay? And I also remember like when he like comes out in his like true form and he has like wings and he kind of looks like, actually now that I'm thinking about it, he kind of looks like, you know, in Jurassic Park where like the fat dude like sees the little like dinosaur dude and he's like, "Oh, you're not that bad." And then he goes up and he's like, "Yeah." And like the little wing like flares out and it's like shh, and it's shaking and he's like, "Ah." And then they kill him. Do you know that scene in Jurassic Park?
no.
You do. We'll put a snippet if we can. Maybe
Can
I don't know.
I do know that scene. That's the original Jurassic Park.
Yeah. When yeah.
Not all these
He'll.
dog shit remakes.
Anyways,
The first of the
that scene
remakes is okay. The rest of
it kind of reminds me of the Jeepers Creepers when he has like his like whole fucking like and he's like all spread out and his wings are there and he's like and he's like coming towards them like for reals and I was like I remember that. And I remember the driving scene. That's all I remember from the movie, like actual parts that happened in the movie. But I remember, I deep in my fucking bones and soul and whatever, remember the fear from that movie. Like, I remember being so fucking terrified. Like, I had nightmares about it. Like, it was awful. Like,
That's the
and
movie that made me scared of the dark.
I was terrified. And I remember because our mom wouldn't let us watch like movies like that. This happened when we were with someone else. And like,
We were just with our cousins and shit.
we were just with our cousins and then they put it on and I was like, and it was awful, right? Terrified, absolutely terrified. That is the only, to this day, like when Oscar brought this up, I was like, I only have one because that's the only one that like initially comes to mind because that is the only movie that I refuse to watch again. Like I will never.
You should watch it. Those movies are badass.
Fuck you. No,
they're so cool. Anyways, so
I
here's the
will
thing.
never watch it again.
I'm having a hard time remembering a scene in the first movie where the dude actually shows his face. Because the second movie is the one that really fucked me up, and for a long time, I don't even think I had ever even seen the first movie. The second movie is the one I remember watching as a kid, because that's the one where it's like the school field trip and the bus, and he fucks up the bus, and then they're like, "What the fuck is going on?" And then people go outside, and he starts fucking shit up, and then eventually he's in the bus, and then like all sorts of shit, right? And then the dude comes and like shoots him with the truck, and then he's like dragging the truck around and all this shit, right? Eventually, I saw the first one when I was like 20 because Big O thinks the first one's badass. Because right after, it's not exactly a semi truck; it's more like a garbage truck. But after he's like, running him off the road, eventually he passes him, and then he goes to like his little house, and he's just standing out in the yard. And then they drive by, and he just fucking stares at him this whole time, like with the fucking hat. Big O thinks that scene is badass. But anyways, the second movie, the first movie, again, I don't remember that many details of it, and I didn't see it until I was much older. But the second movie, that shit fucked me up. I was scared of the dark because of that movie, and I was like, but
I was terrified. I am like no, like
You
I'd
wouldn't
rather
watch
touch
it
a
right now
spider. I'd rather touch a spider, let a spider crawl on my hand, than watch
and
that
watch
movie.
the movie?
That is
Damn,
how
what a
scared.
bitch,
Like,
bro.
mm-mm,
That's
mm-mm,
crazy. It's a movie.
mm-mm.
It can't even like a spider could technically
Fuck you.
still bite you
Mm-mm.
and like be poisonous. The movie
Don't
can
get me
literally
wrong.
not harm
Don't
you.
get me
Like
wrong. I still wouldn't let a spider run on my hand. Like, fuck that. But in terms of like the fear, I'm telling you, when I tell you it's bone deep, Oscar, it's bone fucking deep. I
that
remember being
sounds so weird.
terrified. Like, the fear is just like fucking, mm-mm.
We
I
should
am
watch it when
soaked
I
in
go
that shit.
visit.
Fuck you. No.
We
You
should.
will buy if you put that shit on, I will kick you out of my apartment and you can go fucking walk your ass to a hotel that's like down the block. No. Hard no.
It's not that bad, bro. It's pretty cool actually. Jeepers, creepers, where'd you get those
Anyways,
creepers?
that's my
You
biggest
remember the
one.
song? Anyways, okay. Well, that was on my list. I put Jeepers Creepers 2 specifically because that was one, you know? Anyways, you know what other one? You know which one we were talking about when I was at dinner with Mom and Big O?
Hmm.
Poseidon.
Oh, yeah, that's
It's
a
a
good one.
movie about people on a cruise ship, and then there's
Mhm.
like a tsunami, and then the tsunami like hits the ship and like flips it over. And then the movie is about like a handful of people trying to escape the turned over cruise ship as it sinks, and like all sorts of
Nah, that
people
movie's
die.
cool
And
though.
it, nah, that
That was
nowadays
a
now,
bad time to say that when you said all sorts of people died. And I was like, that was a cool movie.
yeah. Anyways, the movie itself, the
Bad
concept is pretty
timing.
cool, and like some of the people end up making it, some of the people die, this, that, whatever, whatever. The problem is, my mom showed us this movie when we were like 8, and for the longest time, she had been telling us that her dream vacation was for all of us to go on a cruise. And we saw
That's
that
right.
movie and we were like, fuck cruises. I'm never doing that. And she was like, why not? And we are like, do you want to die? Like,
You're like, look at what happened.
we're like, look it's the ocean. There's waves. And then she's like, nah, like that movie's not realistic. Like, that's not really how it would work. Like, they wouldn't do this or that or whatever, whatever.
But we were 8.
No, she's wrong. That is, ships aren't unsinkable. You know what I mean? Like in really, really rough conditions. Like, I haven't looked into it like seriously recently about like cruise ships or like the kind of trails that they go through. I would imagine like the weather technology is good enough to where they're like, hey, we're not gonna go fucking around in any storms or this or that or whatever, whatever, whatever. But either way, for the longest time, she was like, let's go on a cruise, and we were like, fuck that.
I would go
Not
on a
going on a
cruise.
cruise, not going on a boat. Fuck that.
Would
But
you
in
go on
that
a
movie,
cruise now?
yeah. I'm not a bitch like you. I'll watch the movie too. Anyways. But yeah, that movie fucked us up. And then she was we were talking about it and she was like, but that movie wasn't even scary. Like, what the fuck is like, what was the big deal? And I was like, first of all, you kept wanting to go on a cruise. That movie's about a cruise going terribly. First, terrifying. Second, I was like, people die in that movie. And I was like for real die. Like they show the dad of the chick, because there's some chick and her boyfriend, and then they had to go turn some shit on or off. And then the boyfriend was gonna go because he was like on part of the swim team. And then the dad was like, no, I'll go because I'm old and whatever. And then the dad goes. And then the dad doesn't make it back because he gets to the thing and then he fucking drowns. And they show him drowning. Like it's not like an allude, like they don't allude to it and kind of show like the bubbles bubbling up on the water. They show the dad himself like doing this shit, like fucking like bubbles coming out of his face and shit. And then he like fucking like, and then he's like they're drowning, dying, and then he presses the little thing that they're supposed to press, and then he fucking dies. Right? And I'm telling mom this while we're at dinner. I was like, they show that in the movie. And she was like, they do? And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I was like,
we remember 2 different things.
I was like, drowning looks so terrifying. Like, or does not look, you know?
Oh my gosh.
There's so many better ways to go. And I was like,
No.
and then there's another girl. I was like, they're swimming under some shit. And it's very simple. Swim under this shit onto the other side. This dumb bitch doesn't swim low enough. Her hair gets caught in some loose wires. And then fucking like she gets caught and she's struggling. And then she like starts kicking and thrashing. And then she bashes her fucking head on like some metal shit and cracks open her fucking skull, and then they fucking go rescue her, and then she drowns and bleeds out right there. And I'm like, it's not like that gory, and it's not that like suspenseful or alien or monsters or this or that, but like you're telling me this is what we're potentially signing up for on a cruise. I don't think I could make it to the thing and back holding my breath. I don't swim that well, you know. Anyways, that movie fucked us up. It fucked us up in just in the sense of like, man, fuck cruises and boats. Ugh.
The only thing I remember from that movie, like now, like I remember the premise of it, but all of those details, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. But what I remember,
I'm pretty sure there's more. Like, there's even worse shit that happens where people die, like on the journey to escape him.
The only thing I remember, just because I remember thinking that would be cool, is when the ship like flipped over.
The fucking
like,
piano and the curtain and shit. You stupid asshole.
Yeah. Because I remember thinking, why would the piano be nailed down to the floor? Like I remember that was like, that's so unrealistic. Because like, why would it be?
The piano? Sorry, I interrupted Sofia, so you guys don't know what she's talking about if you haven't seen the movie. There's like a band in like a concert hall on the cruise ship, right? That's the other thing I've learned about cruise ships is like they do everything. You know what I mean? Like, and like they have like all inclusive like food and shit like all day and stuff. But anyways, there's a concert hall, banquet hall, whatever. And there's a piano. It's a baby grand, and the piano's bolted to the ground. So when the cruise ship flips over, the piano is stuck on the ceiling. Some kid had like in the chaos of the cruise ship flipping over, he had kind of like held onto the piano. So when the cruise ship flips over, he's stuck on the piano, like in the piano on the ceiling. And they're like, oh fuck. And coincidentally, his fucking mom is alive, and she's like, oh my god, my child. So then what they do, they have like the big ass curtains, like stage curtains that are like behind the piano, kind of, but now they're upside down and they're also bolted to the ground, which doesn't make sense. But anyways,
that's what I'm saying. The math isn't mathin', but I like
the piano. I get it because like don't touch the fucking piano, leave it alone, right? The curtains I don't get. But so then they get the curtains and then they just like hold the top of them and just create like a big like slide under the piano on the ceiling, and then the kid jumps off and he falls on the curtains and like slides down. That's like cool. That's like the first of the many challenges they face in the movie. Yeah. And they make it. Anyways.
I should watch that movie. If we ever go on a cruise, we should watch that movie that first night we're in the cruise.
Oh my
like
God.
in the cabin.
Oh
we'll go
God.
to sleep to it.
If we're ever out in the countryside, we should watch. If we're ever on a road trip in the like through the Midwest,
fuck you, no.
We should watch Jeepers Creepers.
No. Honey, no thank you.
Yes, sorry. Anyways,
I don't.
What's your next one?
So my next one, it wasn't like one that traumatized me in the sense of like I was so scared, but like cringe worthy kind of traumatized me.
Oh my God.
More that. For me, okay, a little backstory on me. Whenever like I'm watching something and like characters are doing like dumb, cringy things, like I don't know what it is. I like physically can't watch. Like I'm like, oh my, like I'll cover myself. I'm like, I can't. My mom always laughs at me. She's like, why? It's not even happening to you. But like the second-hand embarrassment, like I feel like I'm the one being embarrassed. Okay. Like I don't know why, but it's just like, I can't watch it right now. You know what I mean? And the one I remember watching this movie and like throughout the whole movie, I was like, oh my God. Like I couldn't, like I felt so like cringy. And also I was like a preteen when I watched this. So like
everything was the end of the world.
Everything was cringy too. You know what I mean? But it was 13 going on 30.
Well, I've never seen that movie. So I'm going to let you talk for the next 5 minutes because I have nothing to say here.
Okay. So 13 going on 30 for those of you, Oscar.
Is it a 13-year-old that becomes a 30-year-old?
Yes.
But still acts like a 13-year-old?
Yes.
That seems so risque of a topic nowadays, you know? Anyways.
What's it called? Like, no, it's a loved movie. Like people are like, oh my God, like it's like
is it the one where she gets well never mind, I don't know. I was gonna say, is there like a scene where she's like looking at her new boobs or something? And it's like a little iconic scene in the movie? I've heard something sort of like, I don't even remember though, but go ahead.
Anyways, and so she's just like living her life, but she's still dressing
Like a
like
13-year-old.
like a 13-year-old, and people are like, and the people are around, like, I'm seeing this and I'm like, oh my god, like in my head I'm like, that's so cringy. But other people, like, some are like, what are you wearing? But like, she's like in like it's like a fashion industry thing, and she was like, they were like, who, like, look at you with the new set, and it was kind of like, look at edgy, like new fashion type of thing, you know what I mean? But I
Trendsetter.
remember just through the whole thing, like, and everything that would happen, like, because she had like a boyfriend that she didn't know about, because she was like, you know what I mean, and then he kissed her, and then she found her best friend from when she was 13, and they weren't friends anymore, but she was in love with him then, and so in her 30-year-old body she's in love with him now, and it was just the whole thing.
So
I
she
was it was
skips to
just so
30?
cringy. Yeah,
Or she
like
enters a 30-year-old's body.
she enters her 30-year-old's body, so
So
like
she
she,
skips, consciously time travels to her 30-year-old self. But
yeah,
like everyone else is also 17 years older.
yeah, she just
Oh.
time skipped to the future, and she just doesn't remember anything that happened from when she was 13 to 30. Yeah. Now that I'm thinking, anyways, it
I'm like,
was
this sounds
so
fucking weird.
it was so cringy. Like, just the thing, like the missteps, and like it's supposed to, like, I'm pretty sure it's like a euphemism of like we never grow up and like whatever. But I remember watching it and just it was so cringy. Like I can't. That's another. I haven't seen it since I was a kid, and I don't know if like I would cringe as hard now as an adult. But I just remember when I saw it, I was like you can't look away because like it's so bad, but like I couldn't. And it wasn't a bad movie. It was just like, because like the cringe worthy moments were supposed to be cringe, where like that was kind of like the point of the scene.
Yeah, I'm
Because
not a
yeah,
fan of cringe humor.
a 13-year-old
Yeah.
head being, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that was the point, but they did it too good for me. At least I was like, I can't watch this. Like I was like, oh yeah. Anyways, 13 going on 30.
Nice.
Your turn,
Yeah,
Oscar.
I'm not a fan of cringe humor. Cringe humor is kind of stupid because it's like not even like clever. You know what I mean? Because it's like, oh,
Mm.
it's cringy, and they're like, that's the point, and I'm like, yeah, but still, like, here's a good one. I think this one also traumatized you, but I think you forgot. Signs. You remember Signs?
It's so funny. It's not in my list, but when I was talking about Jeepers Creepers, I remembered that one and I was like, oh,
That's a
and I
good
was going to
one.
talk about it. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, Signs.
Signs by M. Night Shyamalan. I honestly
It's
don't know how
a
to pronounce
good
his name, but that
movie.
guy. Here's the thing: I've seen it as an adult. It's a great movie. Like,
Yeah.
just as a movie conceptually, it's like really good. But as a kid, you don't really follow all of that, and you don't really keep up with it. You just see the
Yeah.
aliens, and they're fucking like doing their whole Dementor type thing, whatever.
And they fucking grab his shirt. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
in the basement and all that shit. So, anyways, that movie fucked us up. Mom was telling us that, like, she was like, which one was it? Like, there was a movie that really scared you to the point where like you didn't want to go to sleep and shit. And I was like, what the fuck? And she was like, and you were already kind of like a little old to not be wanting to go to sleep. And I was like, what the fuck? And she was like, because like you kept coming to the room and just like making conversation, like asking questions about like this or that or whatever, like just kind of bullshitting and not going to
Wasn't it
bed.
the one with Will Smith?
I Am Legend.
I Imagine. Wasn't it that one?
I don't remember that movie traumatizing me. I remember that movie scaring me a little bit in the sense of like, oh fuck, like that would be
Ugh.
scary. Or like I turn off the lights and
Mm.
like run to the bed. But I always remember enjoying that movie because it was so fucking cool. I love that fucking movie to this day. That movie's so
It's
cool.
a good movie. Yeah.
And then the older you
It's
get, the
so
more it's
sad.
like,
In the
yeah,
dark.
like yeah, and the fucking no, the fucking
Yeah.
the whole butterfly shit. There's an alternate ending. I don't like it. It's stupid. But anyways, because I know if this ever gets any views, someone's gonna bring up, oh, the alternate ending is so good because this and that. Yep. No, I don't like it. Anyways, but I don't remember that movie fucking me up that much, you know. But Signs, that one, that was another one that we saw. I think not necessarily too young, but the reason why it fucked us up so much is because we were so young. You know what I mean? Like they do a good job of like not introducing the aliens for a long time, but then they're just kind of like running around, or like the dog getting fucked up, or like just like when they're first getting there and they're kind of like suspicious of like what the fuck's going on, and he runs out into the cornfields and then he turns and it's just like the one little leg like walking by the thing. That shit's fucking. It's just so good. It's so good.
I was gonna say I can watch it now, but like I know what's gonna happen, but they do the suspense like really, really good. So like when it does happen, still even now I'm like, oh, like
You're like, oh, look, there it is.
my heart goes pitter patter. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's a good movie.
it's so good.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But
Okay.
yeah, that one scared us. That was another movie that like within our I think within our family or within our cousins, it was like a not a coming of age thing, but sort of like a ooh, have you guys seen Signs? Like, oh, we should watch it. Like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's your turn.
I know. I'm debating if I want to do this one or this one.
This one.
I think I'll do this one
No, this one.
because I like the other two better. So we'll end it off with those two. Okay. The Amazing Spider-Man.
What the fuck?
Specifically when Gwen died.
She fucking
When she fucking that shit fucked me up, bro. Cause like I think it was the first time I watched like a superhero movie where like it wasn't like the good happy like yeah.
Oh
at
yeah,
the
where
end.
the bitch dies and they meant it. Like
Yeah. And I was like, oh fuck, cause even when it was
oh
happening
shit.
and you see the little like web like
Whoosh, the little
like
hand.
when it's and then it gets her and then you're like yeah
He
like
got her. He got her. It's
he
good.
got her, but then it's like the and it was like oh fuck that was kind of hard. No, but he got her, right? He got her, and then you like see him go down and she's just there like oh like and then there's
Nah, but even then, it's the type of shit in a superhero movie like you expect it to like be sad and then a little more
and then
sad,
the
and
next
then
scene
he
is in
walks
the
into
fucking
the hospital
hospital
and she's like there alive,
and
like
there yeah or like
unconscious but in stable condition or some shit,
yeah but
and it never happened.
it never happened.
It never happened.
And I remember we were in the theater watching this, and I was sitting next to Celeste, and then she died, and then I was crying, and fucking Celeste was like, "Are you crying?" And I was like, "No, I just have allergies." Bam.
Is it the first or the second
Kinda
one that
traumatized me.
happens? This
The
is the
second
second.
one.
No, it's the
And oh yeah, it's the second because the dad already died, and Peter's feeling like extra guilty because he
oh,
was
because
like,
he's
"You're
around
gonna."
her. Because
Mhm,
he's around
mhm.
her, and the dad was like, "Stay away from my daughter, you dickhead."
Yeah.
And then she died, and he was like, "Nah, they both haunt me." Anyways, no, yeah,
That
that
one
makes
gets you
sense.
good. Yeah. I was
That
like,
makes sense. It's like some
even
Uncle Ben
watching
shit.
like even seeing scene like every now and then that scene will pop up on my TikTok. And I'll like I can't swipe away, like I have to watch it, but it still
you're
makes
like,
me
fuck,
sad.
it's time to cry now.
Hmm.
So- nah, the little hand, the little web hand, that shit.
It's like
Anyways,
oh
I didn't
so
like the
sad.
way they redid it with Zendaya in the new Spider-Man. I get it, and I think it tugged on the heartstrings for everyone. But to me, it just felt like super rushed. Like they kind of just like sped through it too quickly. Like they needed to make it more of a moment. On to the next one. We've
My
already
next one or
mentioned
your next
this.
one?
We've already mentioned this, but this my next one. We've already mentioned this, but this is
I know it.
I think this movie is the definition of traumatizing for me
I know it.
because
I
it's the
know it.
only movie I
That you
still
refuse to
refuse
watch?
to watch to this day.
I know it. Can I say it?
Is it on your list or you just know what it is for me?
I just know you and I know what it is. Can I say it?
No.
I want to know if I'm right. Because I think I'm right.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
I am Sam.
I am Sam. That's cheating because we just talked about this like a month ago on the podcast.
We did.
Anyways,
We did.
that movie fucked me up. It was
Fuck
so depressing.
Oscar up.
So the premise, he's like a grown man, but he has like the mental capacity of like a 7-year-old. Somehow, some way, I don't remember how. He has a daughter. Somehow, some way, I remember how. He has sole custody, like the mom is not in the picture. And the movie's just about him trying to like be her dad as a 7-year-old, and CPS is like trying to take her away from him because he's not necessarily like mentally fit to be a parent, but he tries so hard, and like is there's so much back and forth about like she's like no, he's my dad, like get the fuck out of here, like leave me alone, and he's like trying to do this and trying to do that, or like there's a scene where like what I remember, there's this thing where like he always likes to get pancakes at IHOP, and one day she kind of like is like, hey, like let's go try something new, and he's like, okay, and they go somewhere new, and then like they don't have pancakes or some shit, and then he's like trying to order pancakes, and they're like, nah, and he's like, it just becomes like a frustrating sort of like, well, why not? Like I love pancakes, like a 7-year-old, and then like
Mhm.
it like comes to a head, and it like kind of goes wrong, and he's like, see, this is like what this is why we should just go to IHOP. Like IHOP is the shit. Like they have pancakes there, and it's like a whole thing, and it's like it's so fucking sad because it's like
Do you remember when he's helping her with her homework?
no, but don't tell me. I don't want to know. I saw another scene on Instagram. And then one time, you know how sometimes people will make like little compilation summaries of movies on Instagram or on social media?
And TikTok, yeah.
I accidentally came across one for I Am Sam on Instagram. And it was like, this movie destroyed me. And then the first scene is like he's running through her school with a birthday cake because it's her birthday. And he's like running and he like turns a corner and then there's stairs right after the corner and he doesn't realize it because he's running and he just falls down the stairs and like drops the cake all over the floor and eats shit. And then she's like there down the hall and she's like, oh, daddy, whatever, man. And she comes and he's like, oh, I dropped your birthday cake. Sorry. And she's like, oh, it's okay. And I was like, and I fucking swiped away. I was like, I don't want to see this shit. Because it was like a 10-minute long video on Instagram, and I was like, no, this shit's gonna ruin
fuck me
my
up.
whole week.
Whole day. Not even the whole week.
That movie fucked me up for so long, and because in my head, like, even as a kid, this is what fucked me up about it. Not that it's sad. And here's the thing: I don't even remember the ending because don't tell me. I want to say there's a happy ending because it's a movie, right? I don't even remember the ending. And at the time when I saw it, the thing that fucked me up about it is that, like, in my head, I'm like, there are real people that really have to live with these kinds of struggles. And that is fucked. And, like, this may be a movie and it may be a happy ending and it may be this and it may be that. But there are real people that really have certain whatever mental ailments. And they're really just like,
ending.
they don't have this happy whatever fucking ending. Like that's really just their life forever. And I'm like, that sucks. And that's why the movie fucked me up. But anyways, I don't want to see that shit.
You would never. How many followers would we have to get for you to watch it?
I want to say 1 million. Like I don't think I'd do it for like 1,000 or 10,000 of it. Like there's literally, I cannot name a single movie that I refuse to watch the way I refuse to watch that one. Like I don't want to see it again. You know?
You heard it here first. After 1 million followers, Oscar is gonna watch I Am Sam.
1 million subscribers on YouTube, not just 1 million
That's what I
followers
said.
total or anywhere.
Oh,
Nah, but we can't have like 300,000 on each, and then you're gonna try and get me to watch that shit. Fuck you. Anyway,
This is my last bite of this. I'm gonna savor it. Give me a second.
You know you're really fat when you close your eyes to taste your food. When you have to shut off other senses to focus.
Because it tastes so good.
That's so funny.
Anyways, okay. So my next one is I'll watch this again, and even at the time, like it was scary, but afterwards it was fine. Which is the memory of it. It's just
you remember how much it scared you at the time.
I don't wait, say that again.
You remember how much it scared you at the time, though it doesn't scare you now.
Yeah. Right? Into the Tall Grass.
Oh, that movie's fucking crazy. I remember that shit.
I watched it for the first time. I was like in high school. And I remember me and my dad, we were having like a, what's it called?
Movie night?
No. Like yes, but no. At the time, it was like Halloween, like it was October or something like that. And so we were doing this thing where like we were watching a scary movie. Like
scary movie marathon.
Yeah, basically. And our other cousin, my little cousin, she was with us, and I remember we had like a little marathon. I can't remember because the thing is, we had been watching like that day. Like I can't remember what we watched before, but like we had watched other ones already that day, so we were already a little bit more like,
Like,
you know what I mean? And then we ended it with this one, right? With Into the Tall Grass, which if you haven't seen it, it's creepy as fuck. Okay, you should watch
by
it.
the
I think
way,
it's a good one.
it's called In the Tall Grass.
It's in the Tall Grass.
Yeah, but it's a
Oh, I
movie and
remember
it's
it.
based on a novel by Stephen King.
I remember it being Into the Tall Grass, but
It's not.
my memory isn't that great all the time. So I'll go with Oscar in the Tall Grass. But I remember the part that scared me wasn't even like the movie, okay? Because with all the other movies, whenever like shit got scary, like okay. So there was a couch, right? It was the TV, then the couch, and then a recliner right there. My little cousin was in the recliner, and me and my dad were on the couch, and it was a 3-cushion couch. So I was on this cushion all the way at the edge. He was on that cushion all the way at the edge. And there was no one in between us, right? So when the movies got like extra scary, I would go and like cuddle up next to him, like you know what I mean? Because he was gonna protect me from the movie. I don't know. I needed comfort, and he was there awake, right?
Sophia's a child.
And I am a child. And so we're watching this movie in the tall grass, and like it's getting like fuck, like I'm like, and I turn around to look at Big O, so I could go like cuddle up next to him, and he's asleep. And I was like, what the fuck? Why is he asleep right now? And then I remember turning to her cousin and I was like, he's asleep right now. Like, and I was freaking out. And then I was just like, fuck, I have to get through this like alone. And then I was looking at the movie and it kept getting scarier. And I was like, fuck this. And I remember I squeezed my ass in that recliner with our cousin. And like the recliner is for one person, okay? Like I wasn't like it was so funny though, because like I squeezed and then we were both there, like, and then the movie ended. And then I remember we turned on the lights because we were like, fuck that, because we had all the lights off. It was at night. Like, it was like, you know what I mean? And then we turned the lights on again, like once the movie ended. And then to wake freaking Big Oscar up, we're like, hey. He's like, oh, is it over? And we're like, you abandoned. And then both of us
They were
like,
both like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah. So it was just really funny. But like now, thinking back to it, I think of it like a funny story. It's not like with the other ones where like I remember like, you know what I mean? And I was scared. And in the time I was scared, but like thinking back to it, it was just so funny because we like genuinely like we were blaming him. Like, why did you go to sleep? Like, how dare you?
Yeah.
But yeah, that was funny.
I remember we watched it soon thereafter, which is when I saw it. It's not like scary, it's just like fucking creepy and like it's like suspenseful more so. And then also I don't remember that much of it, but I remember not understanding it, like the ending and like this and that. I'm like, so what the fuck is going on? Like, but it was like still like creepy and like weird. You know what you should watch? You should watch Apostles on Netflix. It's like a kind of a suspenseful, creepy, culty movie or Apostle. I think it's just Apostle.
We'll watch it when you come over.
Nah, I don't want to watch that shit. There's also this one part that's like fucked. That's like pretty sad, but it's like super fucked. But it's
and
like
you want me to watch it alone?
It's because it's not scary. It's just like it's a cult movie. Like it's a movie about a cult, but like it's pretty fucked as far as like the real culty like fucking like, oh shit, oh what, oh this what, and then there's one part that's like, but that's kind of it.
Have you seen Midsummer?
No.
With Florence Pugh?
Yeah, I know which one, but I know.
You should watch it.
Anyways.
I'll watch that one if you watch that one.
Nah, I didn't even want to watch Apostle. Just Betty was watching it one time when I went to the house, and then I was like, what the fuck is this? And she was like, I don't know. It's because Betty,
I don't know. She'll just put on random shit.
She can't watch shit over. So like if she sees a movie, she's not seeing that movie again for like 10 years. Or if she watches a show, like she's not watching it again. Like there's very few things that she can rewatch because she's like, it's just fucking boring to me. Like I can't do it. So she'll watch new shit all the fucking time. So like all sorts of random movies and shows and this and that and whatever. And like, yeah. But anyways, let me see. What was my next one?
I don't know, but I have one more after this.
Oh, okay. I have one. I only have one left, and then I have another thing that I was just gonna talk about. It's kind of not the same, but it's like kind of cool, kind of similar, related. Anyways, this movie, I didn't even see it. I just saw the trailer, and the trailer freaked me out so much. I refused to see the movie, and to this day, I haven't seen the movie. Not because I'm freaked out. Like right now, I could watch the movie. I just like I don't really have a reason to. Like I'm like
Oscar's not big on like scary movies, and not in the sense of like they scare me too much I can't watch them, but in the sense of
yeah, I
he's
kind of
like,
just I
about
don't
it.
really enjoy them that much. Like they're just kind of like
I like scary movies.
you know.
Yeah,
But then it's weird because then there's movies like It that I love, but I don't really consider that to be like a horror film. Like
it's a horror film.
no, like it's like suspenseful and it's like thrilling, but there's like a real story, you know? But it's also
It's
it doesn't
still
do so much like I think also it doesn't do so much to where it's what's the word? In my brain, there's a certain like realm of possibility, I guess, that the movie like stays within to where like you know the movie what's the movie what was it called like you know that movie about the beach or whatever it came out really recently we saw trailers for it where like
where you can't
there was
step on the
people
sand one.
yeah like they go to the beach and then like they end up getting like really old or like it's like some sort of weird time loop type fucking thing whatever
Mm-hmm.
with shit like that when it's kind of hard to understand and it's so like supernatural in the sense of like another dimension, a time loop, a this, a that, or whatever. To me, for me, it kind of loses me where I'm like, this is a bunch of bullshit. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But the idea of just like an evil like entity, like it, right? That doesn't lose me in the sense of like all the sewers where it's located, right? Like through the sewers, and then you know how they travel through
You're
it
like
into like the
that
whole thing.
makes sense.
It's like more realistic in a way to where it's like
Oh
it's
yes, a
easier.
killer clown.
No, it's a demon,
That
first of all. Second of all, it's more realistic in the sense that like it's not this like crazy unexplainable thing. And they actually do end up defeating the entity itself. You know what I mean? As opposed to like there's some crazy dimensional whatever the fuck that they can't explain, can't grasp, and can't defeat. They just sort of manage to escape. Maybe I don't know. I haven't seen the movie, but in that sense, where like it gets too high scale, where I'm just like, what, like okay, now what? You know what I mean? Like or like The Ring. Have you seen The Ring?
yeah, I was about to ask you if you've seen The
Like
Ring.
shit like that, where it's like, okay,
That
you
was
made
a
a copy.
classic.
That was a classic, and it's creepy because the bitch walks all weird. But like that type of shit too, where it's like, okay, so they make a copy, and then they just like throw it away and just go on existing the rest of their life. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. It's like, you know.
That's the point, though. It's never over. It's supposed to make you feel like, oh fuck, it's still out there. Like that's the whole point.
Anyways, I don't know.
Anyways, what trailer?
You
What
think,
trailer
but
did you
also
watch?
I don't think it is
What
very
trailer did you
scary.
watch?
I don't think it's that
Ask
scary.
Celeste that.
If you're scared of clowns, like a pussy,
But Celeste is scared of clowns because of the original It movie. Don't you
yeah,
know
but-
this?
yes, I
'Cause
know
she
this. I
watched
don't
it
care.
When she was too young.
That
She
doesn't make
watched
a
it when
difference.
she was too young, and then she got terrified of clowns, and then they came up with this new one, and she refuses to watch it.
Has she not seen them?
I don't think so. No,
I think she has.
I don't think so.
Like, if you're scared of clowns, I get how it is like really scary, kind of. But if you're not, it's like it's not that bad. It's just like thrilling, you know.
Oh yeah. Sometimes when I'm being mean to my sister, I'll send her the clown emoji, and she's like, "Stop it!" And I was like, "Keep talking
She
shit."
doesn't even like the clown emoji. That's so funny. That's so funny.
Anyways, what was the trailer?
For the movie Legion. It's a movie where like I don't even fucking remember. I had to look it up because I was like, that's what it's called, right? And like I looked up like pictures and this and that to like figure out what the fuck it was. Let me see. I'm gonna read the description on Google because I genuinely don't even know what the movie's about because I never saw it and I didn't pay that much attention to the trailer. I just knew that the shit scared me. Hold on. Hold on. It seems like there's a show as well, but then there's also a movie. I'm just talking about the movie. Okay. I should watch this movie because I bet it ain't even, I bet I would like it. just at the time, the trailer creeped me the fuck out. Look, I'm gonna read it. For the patrons and staff at a dusty roadside diner, the day begins as usual. But when the phones go out and the sweet old lady goes on the attack, it's a harbinger of the terror. It's a harbinger of the terror to come. As the horrifying nature of the situation sinks in, help arrives in the form of the archangel Michael. Oh, so basically, there's like a apocalyptic disease, sort of like people are going crazy and killing people, and then an angel arrives and saves the day. I didn't even know about the angel part. I was kind of confused because when you look up the movie, the first picture is Paul Bettany as the archangel Michael. So I'm like, why is there an angel and a zombie? That doesn't make sense. But I don't know if they're technically zombies or if they're just like demented, whatever the fuck. But the point is, in the trailer, they're at the diner and they kind of show the whole like everything's normal, and then shit starts going wrong, and then there's this old grandma lady who starts like climbing up the walls all fucking crazy, and she's all like with like zombie looking like and she starts fucking people up. And I was like, that movie looks scary as fuck. And I didn't
How
watch
old
it.
were you?
I don't know. Here's the thing. I think I was a little too old for this to be okay. Like, because Celeste still brings this movie up every now and then if we talk about shit that scared us as kids. And she's like, "Oh yeah, you remember the grandma movie?" And she'll just say that. She'll say shit like that. Or she's like, "You remember how the grandma scared you?" And I'm like, "Shut up, you fucking dick." And she was like, "You were so scared of that movie, you didn't even see it." Like,
You did.
it was amazing.
It was amazing.
She was like impressed.
Remember this. That's funny. The trailer did its job, but not too good.
I was actually, as a matter of fact, the movie came out in 2010, so I presume the trailer was 2009. So I was about 10 years old. So
I was 8.
I never even watched it. To this day, I haven't seen it, but I would watch it.
To this day,
I'm sure I'd like it.
You would watch it when you come. We'll watch that one, the cult movie you brought up earlier.
I don't want to watch that cult movie. First of all, I didn't enjoy it that much. Second of all, the part that's really sad really makes me pretty sad. And I'm like, that's fucked. I don't want to see it again.
We'll watch it right before you leave.
You watch it.
And then so that you could be really sad and you're like extra sad because you're leaving and you're like, damn, sad times 2. And then Anyways,
I was gonna make a joke, but I don't think you would have appreciated it. And
I'm pretty sure I know what you were gonna make, but like,
I don't think YouTube would have appreciated it either.
Let's keep on going. Okay, so do you have anything?
I don't have any other
say?
movies, but I have just a general topic.
No, I have one more movie. I remember this. One? This is my last one.
Okay.
So you remember how I told you that there was like not a summer, but fall, I guess, during Halloween season, where me and Big O were just watching a bunch of like horror movies.
Yeah, they went on like a horror movie marathon for the Halloween
marathon. Yeah. That specific day within the tall grass, we had seen several in one day, but typically we were doing like one per night. This was just the weekend, so we went a little crazy. But anyways, it started off, the way that whole thing started off was because I had expressed how I was scared of The Exorcist. And I hadn't seen, at the time, I hadn't seen the full movie. I had only seen like a clip of it when I was a little kid. And I remember it was scary. And I was like, man, fuck that. You know what I mean? And then Big Oscar was like, we should watch it. I was like, oh, I don't want to watch it. He's like, we should watch it. I'll be right here. And then we watched it, right? And then it wasn't as scary as I remember it being. It was still freaky, but it wasn't like So picture this, Oscar. Picture this. I'm little. I'm really little. Okay? Like, I'm pretty sure we still lived in the Darrington house little. Okay? And it was like a Friday night or something, and we went to go visit Liz's. That's our Thea, our aunt. And we went to go visit them, and they decided that they wanted to watch The Exorcist. So they sent me and my little cousin. I don't know if you guys were there or not, or if you were outside doing something else, but I remember me and my little cousin, because she was even like littler than me, to her room to go like play. And we went to go play. And I remember I was like, oh, I'm like really thirsty or something. Like, I can't remember what, but I wanted like food or drink or something. So I had gone to the kitchen. And so like the lights were all
just saw some shit on your
the
way.
the lights were all off, okay? And I sneak into the kitchen, right, to grab whatever. And I remember like it was off so they couldn't see him because they had said like not to come out because like it was like a scary movie and they didn't want to traumatize me or whatever. And I was like, whatever. I bet it's not even that bad. And I remember I peeked over. And the thing is with Arthea's room, where the TV was, it was the TV, the couch on the other side, and right above the couch there was this big mirror. And like from the kitchen you could see this mirror, like if you peeked over you could see this mirror, and like therefore you could see what was happening on the TV. And I peeked over, and it was the scene where, spoiler alert, she's like she's in the bed and she's like flopping like like the way she's like being like all possessed and is like
Yeah.
flopping around all over the bed.
You were
And
hold
then
on. I'm sorry. This whole time you had said The Exorcist, and I was thinking of The Grudge. And so you're saying she's
no,
on the bed, and I was like, when is that bitch on the bed?
The Exorcist.
Yeah,
And she's
where
flipping.
she's possessed by a demon. It's a little
Yeah.
girl and shit.
And then she like starts screaming.
Yeah.
And I remember I saw that and that shit changed my brain chemistry. I swear. After that I was like, fuck this, it is scary. And I remember I fucking booked it back to the room. I was like, and I remember we were there and like before you could hear like the movie, but like we weren't paying attention because we were playing. But I remember being there with my little cousin and she was like playing with whatever, like, oh, we should do this. And she was still all like, ah. And I was there like with the Barbie dolls, like, and then like I became extra conscious of it. And like I could hear, like, I could already hear the movie, but I wasn't paying attention to it. But then I started paying attention to it, even though I really didn't want to. But it was like, it was one of those things where it's like, don't think of purple dinosaur. The first thing you think of is a purple dinosaur. You know what I mean? And so I started listening to it.
Barney?
And like we were there, like just like, and I remember it was like, it felt like the light, it felt so like artificial. You know what I mean? Because like it was just like this like light, but like you could tell it was dark outside. And then like she's just there, like, and I was like, oh my God. Like, and I was just terrified. It was a terrifying experience. And then the movie finished, and then like we went home, and I was like,
Damn, what
it
a
was awful.
bitch. You saw one scene and you went
I
home
saw
traumatized.
once. Yeah.
And to this day, you haven't seen that movie?
I have seen it. I told you
Oh,
when me and
okay,
Big
okay,
Oscar
sorry.
were having like the movie fest.
Oh,
I
yeah,
told him
yeah. You
this
guys put it on.
story. I told him this story, and
And
that's
he
what
was
jumped
like, ooh,
start
let's
the
watch
whole
it.
thing. Yeah, and I was like,
Yeah.
no, I
Because
was
he
like,
likes that
only,
movie.
yeah. But yeah, and I watch it now, and it wasn't like it was still like it's a good scary movie, but it didn't scare me in the same sense. You know what I mean? But I was really little, like, yeah. I don't know. I was too young
Anyways,
to watch that at the time.
we should watch
But yeah,
all of these.
I'm not watching Jeepers Creepers. I'm down for everything except Jeepers Creepers.
Pussy.
And I don't give a fuck.
It's not even that scary, bro. It's just like creepy. It's pretty fucking cool, actually, because aside from the fact that he's trying to kill you, that motherfucker's badass. Like, he got the little throwing star things, and like in the second one, the fucking bus is going, and then they show him in the grass, and he's like, wah, and then he throws it, and then it's like, and then it hits the tire, and then they like, and they stop and shit, and he's like a fucking ninja, like, and then he snatches people up, and that part's kind of scary. But like, aside from that,
I'm good. I am good not to. That's fine.
boo. Anyways, damn, I had this other thing to bring up, but we're already at an hour, and I'm kind of like tired. So I'm kind of like, let's just leave it. Well,
Yeah.
no, it makes a lot more sense for this one. But honestly, like, if you haven't heard of it and it's not like a back and forth conversation, I'm trying to decide if I'm like, if I have the energy to just tell you myself. You know what I mean? Like,
You don't.
you lazy fuck. Nah, you're just trying to reverse psychology me. Don't listen to her. All right, we'll do it quickly. Have you heard of the Kimberly story?
The Kimberly?
Story.
No.
The Kimberly story. So
No.
it was like a story, urban legend in El Paso specifically, I think.
Uh-huh.
It was this thing where like if you went on YouTube and you searched up the Kimberly story, there was like a 40-minute video where it was just like a black screen and it said the Kimberly story, but then it was an audio recording of some dude telling a story. and the whole story took place in Fabens, to where it was some bullshit about like there was like suspicious activity going on about like blackouts or this or that. Where like there was like a pep rally at a gym or some shit, and then someone yelled out like, "Oh, tell the Kimberly story," and then there was a blackout like on that block where the gym was, but then like nowhere else in the city and shit like that. And the dude who's narrating the story, he tells about like it's like a CIA. It's not a CIA, but it's like an investigative like some weird's been going on. We're looking
Mhm.
around type of thing, and there's like this house in Fabens. Fabens is like one of the sub cities of the greater El Paso area where we're from. Where like there's some little girl in some house, and she's like there all alone, and they have like cameras, and they're like monitoring her from like a van, like the little secret spy vans and shit. And then at some point, she like goes to like pet something under the bed, and they're like, "Yeah, she just petted the dog." And then they were like, "What fucking dog?" And they were like, "The dog." And then they were like, "She doesn't have a fucking dog. Like we know everything that is and isn't supposed to be in the house right now." And
There's no
then
fucking
like,
dog.
and then it was like some little fucking chupacabra something, whatever the fuck. And then at some point, like something hits the side of the van and scares the shit out of the dudes in the van. I don't remember all the details, but it was like it was like nah, but there's so much more. But it was long. It was at least like 40 minutes. I don't remember how long it was, but it was a long
Did
time.
it
It was
scare
a long
you?
story. But it was a little like urban legend sort of like passed down from generation to generation sort of thing, where
Didn't get passed down to me.
like the upperclassmen introduced us to it and like
Oh.
played it for us.
And you guys did a bad job, and it didn't get introduced to us.
Well, you're not my lower classman, but anyways, no. But that's what happened. Where like one time we were driving back from NMSU, and I was with on the bus, and I was like, "Yo, have you heard the Kimberly story?" And he's like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then we looked up the video, and then we put it on, and we were like I had we were sharing headphones, and we were just there listening to the story on the way back to school from the bus.
And it was super like intimate because it was back when it still was the wired, so you couldn't go so far away from each other. And they were like, "Hold my hand, baby. I'm scared."
No, but then I fell asleep. We both
You
fell
and
asleep.
Oscar.
We fell asleep during the story, and then on the part where the shit hits the side of the van, he yells
You
in the
both
video,
were like-
"Bam!" And we woke up and we were like, "Oh fuck, what's going on?" Like, but it's a weird story because at the end, he ties it into like La Llorona or some shit, where like he kind of takes it in another direction with the mom and
Interesting.
her kids and whatever the fuck. I remember I think I showed it to Big O one time, and he was like, "This story's fucking stupid." We were like, "Why?" And he was like, he's combining like 2 or 3 different like Mexican folklore
Urban legend.
tales
Yeah.
like in one, and like that doesn't make sense and blah blah blah. And I'm like, but it took place in Fabens. That's crazy, huh? Like,
You're like, but it's a true story, bruh.
nah. But it was just, anyways. I don't know if you had
Yeah.
heard of it, but
I hadn't.
it's not on YouTube
Interesting.
anymore. I tried looking it up like a little while ago.
Maybe
There's
just
something
too
that
many
pops up,
things
but
on
it's only like
YouTube.
there's a video that pops up, but it's only like 12, 20 minutes long or some shit. And I'm like, that's not the story. It didn't traumatize me, but it was a cool little thing to like show
was
your
like
friends and shit. Like,
yeah. Damn.
anyways.
Anyways.
All right. That's it. That's all I got.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's it for today's episode, guys. And you know that the movies that traumatized us were really traumatizing because we didn't get traumatized by like Coraline or The Nightmare Before Christmas. You know what I mean? Because we're
Not like you
bitch made.
pussies.
Yeah. Anyways,
9 is not scary.
9 was not scary. Anyways, comment down what movies traumatized you. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Who gets traumatized by Coraline?
Goodbye, bye.